Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. I think we did fairly well yesterday. Why do I have a run that's 43-35 on the freaking Dark Room? I'm gonna have to do that again, aren't I, to get the... Well, no, I already got the Lilith unlock for that. These episodes might be different in order, but disregard. We play as Blue Baby on today's daily. This is the standard classic Northernlion thing of probably not finishing the daily... Or not finishing, not the daily, but the cutscene and then just exiting accidentally. 523rd on yesterday's run, that's pretty good. Now I can put it on my resume. Officially, consistently, one of the top 600 Binding of Isaac players in the world. Incredible. Let's do our daily run here. I don't know why all the leaderboards are like grayed out. That scares me a little bit, but we'll try to do the daily anyway, and hopefully our score is not going to be grayed out. So we're going to the Cathedral. We're Blue Baby. We start with the poop. This is just your average old Blue Baby run, apparently. That's okay. You know a character that I haven't played too much in The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth so far? If you guessed Blue Baby, you would be absolutely correct. Oh, Sad Bombs is... You know, I think it's an item that people loved in Rebirth, but it's really coming, like, over the top in Afterbirth so far. Wait a minute. I picked up a penny, and it didn't affect the score. That scares me, because I feel like maybe they've taken some of the feedback about daily challenges to heart, and now my ideas... Not that I created them independently necessarily, but are going to be, you know, subject to criticism in a much larger audience than I would have otherwise anticipated. The nickel definitely still gave us some points, though. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I've sort of, as I've said for 12 episodes now, stopped worrying too much about the banal minutiae of score on daily challenges and worried a lot more about not taking so much damage, and that seems to be a really more consistent way of lowering your damage penalty, obviously, which is a more consistent way of getting a score that could be a few thousand points higher than it would otherwise be. And that means you don't have to really give a shit about, you know, whether or not an item costs you 20 points or whether or not a penny gives you, you know, 2,000 or something like that. This is a really good start for a Blue Baby run. I only have 2 Sad Bombs left. I will use one against Duke of Flies, which is probably debatable, because Duke of Flies is probably easy enough to kill without it, but we'll check regardless. We got 8 cents, 7 Spirit Hearts, a bomb and a key still left over as we head to the cellar here. This is a really, really good position to be in. We will go to that curse room, almost certainly. This is, like, probably a bad decision, but I am going to use a bomb right here. We're on the 2nd floor, so I'm assuming that it's a pretty small floor. So I'm assuming that that's our secret room, and that was indeed correct. If you're watching this at home, I would recommend taking a little bit of extra time to figure out if this is indeed, you know, surrounded by enough rooms on the edges that you actually care about it. We got 1 extra poop in this room, effectively. We got lucky that it even paid out with a penny. If we get another bomb, it looks like we can get a nickel out of it. Oh, not too bad. So, all things considered, it was a pretty poor use. I would recommend maybe not going to that secret room, all things considered, and maybe just blow up this tinted rock or do something else instead. But that's okay. You know, this is why you play the dailies. You play the cards you're dealt. Okay, maybe this run is not just a standard Blue Baby run, because we're getting all sorts of interesting bomb synergies that, honestly, I'm all for, and that is a crawl space, which I am extremely interested in, but first I want to make sure that we've gotten everything that we could possibly get from this area. So we're going to get to 11 cents. We're going to have 9 Spirit Hearts, which is kind of, like, ridiculous at this point. It is not a black market. It's a chest. This is enough money to go to the shop, so I probably won't use a bomb. Yeah, I definitely won't use a bomb to crack into that secret room greed statue, just because we already have enough money to buy whatever we want, I think. So let's check out our shop as it stands right now. Why not get the habit? You know what? Why not get Mom's Purse? And I would really like to also be able to get that card, just in case, you know? There's very few cards that I'm not gonna like here. I'm gonna go to our curse room right here. Like, things are moving pretty quickly here, but there's very few things I'm not gonna like. A 2 of clubs is 3 bombs, a 2 of spades is 2 keys. A 2 of diamonds is, well, I guess at that point it wouldn't be very much because we would have spent something to pick it up, but you get the idea here. A Joker is awesome. You know, a Suicide King, maybe I'm not that interested in. But, you know, the odds of picking that up specifically are relatively low out of the entire spectrum of possible playing card choices here. So, I'm just waiting to see if we can get one more penny the easy way. If we can't get it the easy way, I'm going to have to figure out what the fuck the hard way even is. And then, there we go. So, we got Small Rock as well. Even more money. This is actually ridiculous, the amount of resources we've been able to get so far. 2 of Diamonds. Okay, so the 2 of Diamonds is not what we want right now, but that doesn't mean it's bad. 5 cents. All we need to do to, you know, have it pay for itself is have more than 3 cents when we use it, or have 3 cents or more when we use it. Second secret room. Okay, plenty of opportunities to use bombs. You know what? We got so much time here to do this stuff, but still be safe. So why don't we be smart about it? And we'll blow up these with TNT instead of wasting our bombs. I do kind of want to blow up the greed statue, but with only 2 bombs, and we've been using bombs so kind of rigorously so far that I feel like we'd be better off just saving it for now. Got a lot of money out of that. Really, really rich couple of floors for consumables, without a doubt. Now we've got our deal with the devil, where I'm thinking if I was curating this as a daily challenge, this is where you say, all right, motherfuckers, you complain about deals with the devil all the time. Here's a 3-item deal with the devil at 3 spirit hearts each because I gave you so many spirit hearts in the early game. You guys hear any music? Is that just me? I feel like the game audio just completely stopped there. That's really unfortunate. Because I think that if that happens, you just can't... You can't quit a daily challenge and restart it? Alright, well, we'll keep 2 of Diamonds over the Chariot. Yeah, we'll keep 2 of Diamonds over the Chariot. Head down to the next floor, see what happens. Can you still hear me? Okay. Well, this is weird. This might just be my headphones, but let's go to, YouTube, and then we'll play, one of my own videos and see if that plays something. It wouldn't be a Northern Lion episode without something like this happening. Alright, we'll even click on this one right here and see what happens. Hey, everybody! Welcome back to Northern Lion. There's no audio. It's like my headphones just died. Right here. It's Rebirth. We're gonna do the... Oh, wait, here we go. Playback devices. Did I accidentally mute my microphone? I accidentally muted, not my microphone, but my headset there. I don't know how that happens. Sometimes this keyboard gets a little wonky. My bad. Well, that's the secret to winning today's daily challenge, is don't have that happen to yourself. We have a Book of Sin, which gave us a bomb. So a bomb for a key, basically, and an Anarchist Cookbook. Not particularly good, but that's alright. Yeah, we will... fight in this room. We got our key back already, so I'm okay with that. We got a good amount of money. Every penny is worth 2 pennies for now. And some bombs that obviously we're not that interested in, but that's alright. So far, big fan of today's daily. I like it because we've never had any problems for consumables. We already have a guppy item. We got small rocks, so we've got decent damage. And the big thing is Blue Baby is early game HP. You can get early game HP, you know, you can live long enough to hopefully get high damage items and survive. And that's where we're at right now. Also, of course, having a couple of different bomb synergies is cool. Maybe Anarchist Cookbook is the consensus right choice because it would be interesting. I also think I've only been hit twice on this run, which I'm disappointed with the fact that I have been hit twice. I think we could have gotten through this without getting hit at all, but, you know, there's no substitute for careful, considered play sometimes, and I'll admit that I'm not always the, kind of the poster child for that kind of, Isaac content, so I've got to get a little bit better about that. I'm just going to go to our curse room, and we'll hope that this red chest contains a guppy item. It doesn't. Instead, despite having deal with the devil precedent, we got teleported here to a deal with the angel where we got Circle of Protection. My philosophy on these angel deals is, if we can fight the angel, even if it hurts us, why not? Because it'll be kind of fun. What does Circle of Protection do? I'm assuming if an enemy touches the circle, it hurts them. Doesn't, kill them necessarily, but hurts them. Taking the key piece does lose us points, but I think maybe maybe fighting the angel gives us bonuses, like for unexplored room, which might not even be worth the points that we lost by taking a hit or two of damage there. But, you know, I'm okay with it. We don't have Deal with the Devil precedent, and I feel like this was probably a smart choice just to ensure that we actually got an extra item we wouldn't have otherwise gotten, and this is the first time I think I've seen this item in the wild. So, this is the D8 reroll stats. Gotta use it once, right? I don't know how this run looks at this point. Feel like we're a little slower, I'll tell you that much right off the cut. But again, I feel like you gotta try it if you get that item, why not? Ever since that Lost run where I didn't use the D4 and it turns out you could D4 yourself into Dark Judas and get an incredible score, I feel like I've been a little bit more self-conscious about stuff like that. Inside of our shop, we get Box of Friends, which is actually not worth anything for us, so I kind of wish I had not used Two of Diamonds so early, but we did buy a Spirit Heart out of it, so it's not like we got, you know, nothing of value whatsoever. Weird floor. Very, very weird floor. Now, we know, you know, that's probably our secret room, our second secret room down here, and probably our secret room is adjacent to the item room in the shop, but I didn't want to use a bomb to check, and I'm glad we didn't, because we got an I Can See Forever pill. So we're going to do exactly the same thing we did. Oh, come on. That hurts. We're going to do exactly the same thing we did earlier. Try to blow it up. Get a safety cap. That's okay. Pretty much the definition of okay. More pills, and we know some of our pills. And we know some of our pills are good. And then this one gives us Steven. Again, well worth the cost of doing business there. Another damage upgrade when I feel like maybe our damage got a little lowered by that D8 reroll. I know we could use the D8 again, but we got the bomb bag in our secret room. So 2 bombs for, you know, 1 bomb every 4 rooms is a really, really good long-term trade. So we don't care about a deal with the angel here, or a deal with the devil, because it's not going to be a deal with the devil. It will exclusively be a deal with the angel, and that's okay. I don't know why I thought Circle of Protection was actually going to block that shot. Like, I saw the shot coming in, and was like, nah, dog, we don't even need to move. Circle of Protection's got that on lock. To be fair, that would make Circle of Protection probably a much better item. Not that it's bad right now, but if it blocked literally any projectile that came into it, from hitting us, I would suggest that that's, you know, top tier. Terrible, terrible damage here. Peep always, you know, he can mindfuck you a little bit, right? So, if I had a bomb, I guess we could fight a second angel statue. But, there we go. We got Blood Clot, more damage up. Nothing wrong with this. Still roughly on pace for Boss Rush. Curse of the Unknown, we have 6 Spirit Hearts. So as long as we can just keep ourselves around that, if we get a deal with the devil here, we'll be happy. We'll be able to take one thing. Don't know why. Doesn't even matter how hard you try.
I can see forever.
Alright, he can see forever, in case you're curious. This would be an awesome time for Cricket's Head. It is not Cricket's Head, but there are a lot of consumables here. First one is Puberty. Not bad. Second one is One Makes You Larger. People get really mad at me sometimes when I take this pill as a joke. You know, it's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. Don't worry about it. Throw a bomb down because our sad bombs are still going to be our best damage dealer. And that's exactly what I was worried about, is Mega Fatty can hit us. Okay. Wait a minute. Circle of Protection did block that projectile. It blocks... Maybe, like, it oscillates. You know, you can kind of see it phasing, like, up and down here. I wonder if it blocks some shots, but not others. Man, this is, I'm not going to say it's getting dire, because we're still in an awesome position, but I'm starting to watch, like, a half-decent leaderboard position slip away from me a little bit because I'm taking so much dumb damage. Rest assured, I would prefer not to, but, you know, I mean, it is within my control, but at the same time, it's just stupid damage slipping by. You know, it's hard to tighten that up. 2 extra Spirit Hearts makes up for the shitty damage I've taken so far, no question about it. Hopefully we get something on this Devil Room or Boss Room here that at least makes it feel like Boss Rush might be worth doing. Perfect. I don't care that we missed him with a couple of the shots, I'm just happy we actually managed to land the Sad Bomb. Every single one of these Sad Bombs might cut like 15 seconds off of the boss fight, which is pretty meaningful when we're in pretty tight for getting to Boss Rush. Very close to getting hit there. No deal with the devil, that's fine. Toothpicks is great. And we're still moving onwards here. Shop definitely in the cards for us if we can get to it. And item room obviously is a no-brainer in this situation. But I'm looking at our clock and I'm like, hope we can get it done within the next minute or so. Because after that it's going to start to get very, very delicate from a boss rush standpoint. Which I do still think is important. It is worth noting, if you miss boss rush, you could just do the Hush fight instead. And in doing the Hush fight, you actually get 1,111 more points. But you're also going to take probably more time and more damage. Maybe? I don't know. I guess it's debatable. High Priestess, Magic Fingers. I don't really love many of the choices in here, but life goes on. High Priestess won't be useful against Mom, but we could use it on our next boss. And is this an XL? No, obviously not an XL floor. It just seems like a really large floor, but let's check this terminal over here. And there we go, we got lucky. Chose the right direction, so we'll leave pretty much right on schedule. It is a compromise because we're leaving behind like a lot of rooms to do that, but that's okay. We got 48-hour energy. Took us another, 8 or 9 seconds standing there, but it's going to save us a lot of time having these extra spiders or flies around. Okay, Good, I think. We continue to get incrementally stronger. Nothing quite to the same level. Forget that battery. Nothing quite to the same level as our first couple of floors in terms of, like, really ramping up that usefulness early, but, it's okay. It's the kind of run where I really don't want to do boss rush, but if I have to, then I will. At this point, I'm like, you know what? Box of Friends wouldn't have been that bad of a selection. That's the worst damage I've taken all run, I think. Wouldn't have been that bad of a selection if we had known that we would have gotten Leech. Because now, having like 4 leeches, that's actually a pretty considerable amount of damage. Well, now that it seems like the daily challenges have been, I don't want to say patched, but like the scoring might be changed a little bit. I kind of want to... I knew it was going to happen too. I kind of want to do Hush if we can make it in time and just see if we get the point bonus for it. You know what? We might actually have some deal with the Devil Precedent. Oh my god, I walked into it. We might have some deal with the Devil Precedent now, or deal with the Angel Precedent, sorry, now that we have that key piece, which I forgot about. But that's interesting as well. I would prefer the deal with the Devil because we have the Guppy Precedent already established here, but... gotta do what you gotta do. Probably should have waited to actually use High Priestess until the heart died so that it would step on the mask, but I wonder if it would just miss the mask because it's got a pretty high speed coefficient associated with it. We're gonna finish this fight pretty decently timed anyway. We do get a deal with the Angel here, which is a little dangerous. Mom's Pearls. And Lazarus Rags. Ugh. I'll take the crab juice on that one. That's suboptimal for sure, but Angel Statue's dead. We got 2 Spirit Hearts for our troubles. There's a key piece done for basically no reason. Let's continue to explore a little bit. Why did I take One Makes You Larger? Because it's funny. Sue me. I'm hoping that this Angel Precedent ends up giving us, like, Godhead. And it's a bit of a tall ask, I'll admit. Hey, I'm hoping that, this mistake that I made ends up not being a mistake and instead gives us one of the best damage items in the game. But it could. And that seems like the kind of thing that could happen on a daily challenge, just to incentivize awkward play. Which is the tagline for my charity foundation that focuses on misfit Binding of Isaac players. I would really, really like to go to our shop and item room on this floor. But I know that in doing so, like, it probably means that we're gonna be really up against it for getting to our boss rush on the next floor. Boss rush is worth so many points. Oh, why do you make me choose? We definitely need to check this. It's not even like a question. Well, I think, we just go for it. We keep trying to get to the item room and shop here. If it takes us a little extra time, it takes us a little extra time, Terrible damage on my part. Lots of consumables. We don't really care about that too much. We're gonna be a couple of... well, we're probably gonna be about a minute and a half behind schedule if I'm prognosticating it right now. Forecasting it, a much more sensible word to use in that situation. I'm probably grossly misusing... There we go. Circle of protection, by the way. Maybe it's one of those things where, like, when you're firing, it doesn't protect you. When you stop firing, it protects you. Just throwing it out there. Not sure if that's actually how it works. We could take the Bible. Oh, that's so bad. It's short-sighted, though, I think. And that's why I'm not even going to pick them up. Because we're not going to get to reroll our shop anyway. So, or reroll our libraries anyway. So, it's short-sighted because it lets you kill Mom quickly. But Guppy's head is going to give us a much faster... Sure, I'll fucking take it, you savages. Guppy's head is going to be much faster for us every other room except for the Mom fight. So, it's much more sensible for us to do this. I think this is around the point where I start to say, we're not going to be doing boss rush on this run. That's okay. It's more important to accept it than it is to try to force it when the opportunity doesn't lay here. Let me say first off, if you're doing the daily or if you've done the daily and you got to boss rush, congratulations. This is definitely doable. You could get to boss rush on this run, and I think you've made the right decision in doing so. That being said, we've made some mistakes, and I don't think it's going to be in the cards for us. This pretty much cuts off an amazing score from being possible. So, that's unfortunate, I guess is what I'll say about that. At the same time, I do feel like if I went to boss rush, I would probably die. We'd respawn as Lazarus, at which point I would probably die again. So let's just focus on beating Isaac on this run. If we get to fight the Hush, we'll consider it. We'll look at how our run looks, and we'll make a decision thusly. I will keep blowing a couple of these things up just to try to... You never know, right? Like, this situation looks real good right here. If we can maybe get an Emperor card or something out of these. You never know. Cursed Eye would allow us to teleport out of our boss rush if we really wanted to go for broke. It's an incredible disappointment. Well, we basically paid nothing for 2 pennies. That's a decent deal. I can get down with that deal. The sack does not contain a battery for the first time in human history. Why in the world did I walk over the spikes? I think I picked up the Hangman and my brain was like, no worries, dog. Here's what I'm thinking. Oh, this is so stupid. I'm gonna fight Mom, I'm gonna try to steal an item from Boss Rush and then teleport out with Cursed Eye. If we're not gonna do Boss Rush, we still might as well have the chance to snag an item from it. This is my philosophy, if we can even make it, and that's debatable. By the way, let me just say, I do this knowing full well that there's a decent chance that my idiotic decision here could actually cost us the entire run. That's certainly not gonna help. So we're gonna say no to that plan, and I'm gonna stop hemorrhaging damage here. In my own defense, I think, well, this is not really in my own defense because I made this mistake to begin with, but one makes you larger has just fucked up my speed completely. I didn't even know that was a side effect of it. We will take Blue Candle. I think it's borderline necessary at this point. We'll take Mom's coin purse. Yes, mother. Okay. Probably not gonna take any more, I can see forever pills at this point. Or, one makes you larger pills at this point. Hang the Man. I mean, it is my own fault. I would be the first to tell you that. At the same time, good lord. These shops, man. Shops have fucked me a little bit. So, if we respawn as Lazarus, what hit me there? Oh, we transformed into Mom. Maybe that's where the Yes Mother came from. Also, occasionally, we are shooting out a big ol' homing tier. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm very confused. Life goes on. If we respawn as Lazarus, we respawn as Lazarus, you know? That's not the end of the world. This is like a super winnable daily. One of the things that has kind of annoyed me when looking at like the daily community, and I'm guilty of this sometimes as well. People will look at a daily challenge that they didn't do well on and be like, shit, daily. Nah, man. That's good advice, you know, if you want to keep a clean colon, but I have not really found any of the dailies so far to be unfair, if only for the express, you know, reason that they're the same for everybody. Every time I've done shitty on a daily, I've been like, you know what? Completely my own fault. This one is definitely a part of that camp as well. I should have just committed to not doing boss rush. Instead, I did this half-ass thing that I always do in Isaac of like, oh, well, maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. Speed up. That's extremely important. Now, the thing that's awesome about our situation is that I'm not totally fucked. Despite the fact that I've put us behind the 8 ball by quite a lot, we're still... Oh, wow, that was unfortunate. We're still in this. I would really like to keep our respawn ability around. But yeah, we're still in this. At least for now. But this could be squandered relatively quickly. You know what this is, at the very least, is me realizing that the one makes you larger pill? That's no joke, dog. I thought it was all fun and games. Oh, we get a little bigger, whatever, no big deal. Turns out, slightly big deal. Not that that's what has caused all of my damage, but a decent chunk of it has come from me stupidly taking those pills. We shouldn't have come in here. The Hanged Man. Oh, Lord. Okay. Phase 1 complete. Why pop the Hanged Man to do that? That's a fantastic question. In the moment, it felt like the right thing, though. Okay. Black hearts. Black hearts. Nope. That's alright. We will persevere. We will find our second secret room and pick up a bunch of black hearts. That is red patch. Possibly better at this point, I don't know. This is gonna be a tough one. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, what the? Came out of nowhere. Goddamn alligator took me down to my prime. Yes, that was a reference to the Adam Sandler film Happy Gilmore. Thanks for... Oh, I'm fucking dead. I blew it. I blew it so badly. What a terrible performance on today's daily. Allow me to apologize for that. I have no reason dying to mom on a blue baby run that was like that okay. Why is this red? I don't understand what the redness is. It's freaking me out. Poor performance. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. And I'll do better, I hope.